We are live once again. It is Thursday, December 23rd, the day before Christmas Eve, and we are going to go over the charts once again. So we'll take a look at Million Token real quickly. You know, things aren't looking really good for the price. Obviously, we're down somewhere around $11, almost like a double bottom from even the lows way back when. The only positive thing I really see is possible bullish divergence, where we had a low here on December 14th, which we had to put, we were down at the low $11 range. And the RSI is higher, but the price is basically the same. But, that's really the only thing I could find on the good side. But, it's not enough for me. Because on the MACD, if you zoom in on the daily chart, this thing looks like it's flipping bearish here. And we're already in a downtrend on the stochastic RSI. So somebody was asking me about fib levels, and the only thing I could think of is maybe if we go down lower and we could break down to somewhere around $7. And I think we closed here at $7.12 on July 3rd. I really don't know if that's going to hold, but I think if the price drops, people will start buying around $7. Well, you'll see a bounce at least, and whether we go up from there, I don't know. Or if we go down from there, I don't know. I don't care. This is, for me, I'm a long-term hodler. So, from the beginning, I already said if it goes to zero, I don't care. And I'll just write it off as a tax loss. That's just that's why I could stay, sane when the price goes down or sideways. I'm not sweating it. But, so, I'm not really looking at fib levels too much, but, you have some touch points here and here and here. So, maybe the fib level is suggesting somewhere around $7, which also coincides with this close on the 3rd. But, yeah, I'm not really looking at fibs that much. But, if you want to try to put a limit order on Polygon at $7 and, don't get too greedy. Go like $7.15. So even if it goes down to $7, your orders still get filled. So, and Polygon, don't make them too big, because when we have these wicks down there, I think there's just small orders get filled. So you can have a lot of small orders on Polygon. The fees on Polygon are like 2 cents or 3 cents for limit orders. So you can put a lot of limit orders. That's what I did. Was it last week? I had like 17 orders fill in literally like 15 minutes. That was crazy. Yeah, my last buys were below $11. So, as long as we're above $11 or, $10.50, I'm not sweating it out. But I am down like 50%. I think my average cost for Million Token was, somewhere $20 and above or something like that. So if we're hanging around $11, I'm down a lot. But, you just, write it off, which I'll go over in a little bit later. So there's really not a lot to go over for the price of Million Token. We were at these levels back here consolidating, and we're kind of doing it again now. So you can consider it maybe as a double bottom from the September area, or we could have a double bottom right here, where we have a bottom here, and maybe this could be the tail end of the second bottom. So let's take a look at Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin is not done correcting and the market continues to go down, well, then we're going to see like $10 or lower prices for Million Token. Let me just clean this up in a little bit. The trend is down. Crypto Twitter is somewhat bullish. They're saying how Bitcoin's just doing what's done in the past, and we're bouncing off fib levels that we've done on the past, which is all good and dandy. But I'm not turning bullish until we break above 53,000, and we're like 9% away from that. So this last time we had a correction, we were at the peak here around $61,000, $62,000. We came down, but we were below the daily exponential ribbon. We touched it, but that wasn't we got resistance, right? And then we came down even further, of like 20%, right? Let's take a look. We touched it like here, but we wound up going down 25%. So here we are, we're going down, and we're making our first touch here. And now Crypto Twitter is all bullish, saying, we're going to, we're just bouncing off, which we did bounce off the 200-day moving averages, red line right here, which is good. We dipped down below it a little bit. But if you take my logic, and we hit this resistance, we touched it here, we go down 25%, like we did last time, we're talking like a $37,000, $36,000 Bitcoin. I'm thinking at least we'll get some support here at 40,000, 41,000. And that's why I have this, yellow box drawn here, like a kind of a buy zone. If we ever get down that low, we could bounce on the top of the box, because we have a lot of consolidation here. But if we break like $40,000, we could wick down to these lower levels here of 38,000, and then come all the way down to, 31,000, probably wick down to 30,000. I don't think people are done harvesting their losses. I think a lot of, we have a lot of institutional players now with Bitcoin, and they want to show profits on their balance sheet. So, they're going to do what they can do to make their balance sheet look good. They're not hodling for themselves like, retail is. So I'm basically, the majority of my crypto, I'm still hodling, which is the majority of my crypto is Bitcoin. So let's take a look. We found support on this, legacy trend line, this cyan colored line. We could have another fake out here, wick down below it, come down in this yellow box, wick up, and then, continue onward. The only thing that has me a little worried is, we're already kind of like right in the middle between, this relatively cheap price for Bitcoin and this upper band, the expensive price for Bitcoin. If we come down lower at $40,000 or $30,000 Bitcoin, then we'll just have a prolonged bull market, I think, for next year. I don't think this is, everything's screaming that this is not a bear market. The CBBI index is like somewhere around 52, which is half of, the peak of 100 or 99. Too much bullish sentiment on social media. But, so if we go down to $40,000 or $30,000 Bitcoin, it's just going to be a shakeout as far as I'm concerned. And I don't think we're going to be down there that long. So don't be getting shaken out. My altcoin chart, still looking good for alts. I mean, a couple videos ago, I was showing you how we were just breaking out of this yellow box, back in early November, and we're way up here now. There is some resistance here. We had resistance in May of 21 and September of 21, and then recently December. Here we are, So once we break this line, I'm hoping, we're going to have that moonshot like we did way back here. Like, we had a resistance here, and once we broke it, we had a whole year of just alts outperforming Bitcoin, which, if I hope that happens, I'm kind of planning on it, but, I'm not going to get discouraged if it doesn't happen. That's why for me, asset allocation is important. If, you have 80% Bitcoin, 20% alts, you could ride out the swings much better. So Matic's been in the news quite a bit. It's up like 86% since the lows of November. And since the lows of December 14th, which was, 2 weeks ago, we're up like 54%. And the current price up 45%. I think this is because of the news, Uniswap is had enough of the ETH blockchain fees and now is moving over to Polygon. So be on the lookout for more news about that. Investors, we're mainly already on the Polygon network, especially the new ones that are in the market now, because we can't afford those $20 or $100 gas fees on the Ethereum blockchain. Also with Matic is a lot of discussion. If you look at this chart and compare it with the early, price chart of Ethereum, it's very similar. So this could be like the next moonshot. Also, for an altcoin, it could pull like what Ethereum did back in like 2017, where, it went from dollars to, that's $1,400, and now it's $2.55. But, with the ETH had a lot of other things going for it. ETH had all those, what's it called, ICOs piggybacked on ETH, and I don't really see that happening with Matic. it's people buying ETH now mainly, I think, to pay for the gas fees. So like Tech Lead said, they have no incentive to have a scaling solution where you don't need a lot of ETH for gas fees. They're going to become obsolete though if they keep it as is. But anyway, so Matic's in the news for that. And let's take a look at ETH Bitcoin. This is the ratio for ETH Bitcoin. We're still in an uptrend. We're in this megaphone uptrend pattern. We're at the top end of it. So, we can have a correction and, catch some of these lower levels down here or even this moving average. So, yeah, it's looking really good for Ethereum. And I have, a pretty good portion of Ethereum in my Grayscale account, which, talking about Grayscale, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is 20% below NAV. And the Ethereum Trust is, I think, 10% below NAV. Actually, I think the Bitcoin's, last I checked earlier today, was like 18 something percent. But if you're looking to buy, Bitcoin or Ethereum, and you could buy it through Grayscale, you're getting it at a 10% or 18% discount. Just when they go spot ETF, then the price will get reflected. But, people probably pulling out of their funds out of the Grayscale and putting it into the low cost ETF funds elsewhere. So I hope the United States gets on the ball and starts, having a spot Bitcoin ETF. It's been kind of hush hush for lately. I was hoping we would get it this year, but man, we've got other countries having Bitcoin spot ETFs, and some of them have more than one, spot Bitcoin ETF. So let's take a look at Defined real quick. We've got price 1167 on Uniswap. We have it at 1194 on the Polygon Network, and on PancakeSwap we have it at $11.63. And so speaking about million tokens, so for me, I have to take a tax harvest loss, and I was thinking of ideas on how to do this without moving the price. And my final solution, what I think I'm going to do on Saturday, is I'm going to just transfer USDC and million token between wallets and just show that as a sale, because I'd have to transfer between 5,000 and 6,000 million tokens, and if I did that, even if it was on Polygon Network where I wouldn't pay a lot of fees, I would surely lose because of the LP fees, and if I sell, I just couldn't buy it back quick enough, because all those limit orders would just scoop it up. And if I buy and then sell, raise the price and then sell, I just don't think I would also be able to buy enough. I would be able to buy the same amount that I would sell, I'm pretty sure. So I would have to do that, several times. I wouldn't do that in one big swoop. Even if it was small purchases, I think I would still lose out. So with crypto, you don't have that 30-day washout rule as of this year. So as long as I'm able to show, I'm trading USDC for a million token between two wallets, then I think that would suffice the IRS regs. And I would also show a screenshot of what the current million token price was at the time. And I think I'm good. I just have it on paper that I took a loss, and because I sold a lot of blue chip altcoins for million token early on in July, and I've had those altcoins for years. So I had $74,000 in profit, and I'm not going to pay tax on that if I'm down like 100 grand on million token. So I could write that off and just carry over the losses also for next year, which. That's another thing I'm thinking about. Should I sell all my losses and just have this giant loss to carry over for future years? I think that's what I'm going to do. Because if I just, sell enough million token to even out my losses with my gains, which you should do an extra $3,000, by the way, for, you should go right off $3,000 worth of ordinary income also. And I probably would just write off a little bit more just to have a little extra. Because I think last time I did taxes, my tax prep person said that for some reason something bumped me up more. So I think I'm going to just sell anything I can at a loss and buy back with crypto. You could buy it back within 10 seconds or whatever. So that's the regs right now in the United States, but I'm not a tax person. This is not financial advice. Do your own research, which I usually always say at the beginning of the stream. But yes, this is not financial advice. But this is what I'm doing. I'm going to take like 0.35 Bitcoin. It's about $17,000. I could sell that because I could. That's all. That would also be a loss for me. But I would take that $17,000, move that over to Polygon or something, and then I would start doing trades in batches of, hundreds or whatever, back and forth until I, on paper, sell what I can. I don't think, if just because you bought, let's say, million token on Uniswap at $50, right? You don't have to sell that million token on Uniswap on an Ethereum blockchain. You could just sell an equivalent amount of million token on Polygon, just so you could stay away from those fees. So I'm pretty, like, the way I see it, my whale wallets on Uniswap and on the ETH chain, they're just locked up. I'm not selling until I think there's an altcoin cycle peak. It could happen at the end of next year. I don't know. But, those are going to be the last things I start selling, because once you sell it, you got all those ETH fees, unless, Ethereum 2.0 comes out and the ETH fees are low, just like Polygon or something, or Avalanche or Binance Smart Chain. So just sell an equivalent amount of million token, whether it's on Binance Smart Chain or Polygon. You don't have to sell your crypto from, the blockchain you bought it from. You just have to sell an equivalent amount. That's how I'm doing it, because it's fungible, Anyway, so that's me with taxes. I'm not moving the price because I'm going to be my own over-the-counter desk. So, and I could do it without worrying about fees, and I'll be my net million token balance will be the same. So, it looks like Uniswap is coming to Polygon. I can't find it right now on for million token, but I think it's in the works. So Missile still hasn't streamed on Twitch yet. He and Astro are probably working some stuff in the background. He's been posting some positive stuff on the Lion Run Discord. He says we're all good. We're all pivoting to something that is more unique and suits our personalities, and he'll let us know when they have a test run. So that's some good positive news. And on Metaphora, you can follow me at Tim_MM_Hodler. You can now do following, right? I'm following 17 people. If I recognize your name, whether it's through OpenSea or Discord or Lion Chat, I'll follow you. And, or you can follow me and then I'll look for you. I'll follow you back. I just need to recognize your name. So I remember seeing her. She always comments on my YouTube videos, and don't know who this is, but it's good. And I think that's Kelly. She bought a lot of names. I was gonna buy Coca-Cola, but you beat me to it, and probably Elon Musk, I'm guessing. So that's good news. You could follow people, your people now on Metaphora. So right now, if I click on, the main page, Metaphora, you see everything, right? Pretty much everything, even people I don't follow. I'm not sure, but it's nice to see improvements are being made. So which should also increase the value of million token. And obviously, if you want a picture associated with your name, you have to have 10 million token associated with the wallet. So that's all good. Let's see what else is the news. So I would recommend that the address you use for Metaphora, if you're got a popular, people recognize me by the lion logo. Use that same address that you have the people recognize in the OpenSea. The address I use in Metaphora is the same one as I use OpenSea. We all have multiple addresses, but I think people could recognize you with the NFTs you collect. And speaking of NFTs, somebody did airdrop me. I think it was, here it is. Where were some new airdrops? There it is. CoffeeZilla and the tech lead from the MM collection. Tyra31. Thank you. I just logged into my account and then they were hidden, so I unhid them. You know, I don't really sell any NFTs. I collect them. So if you want to send me some NFTs, and if they're related to a million token, I will unhide them and display them here on my OpenSea page, Tim_MM_hodler. So with Uniswap, you know, I think eventually you'll be able to click and set up here where it says Ethereum. You'll be able to select Polygon and like how it does here. You got Ethereum, Polygon, and Arboretum. I don't know what that is. So quick swap, you know, once million tokens on Uniswap on the Polygon chain, it's going to be interesting to see where the liquidity goes because you know, right now you got really good incentives with quick swap and million token with the quick swap token, which you could sell for million token, you know, later on if you provide liquidity. So, you know, I think with that in place, then I think it's going to be hard to pull liquidity out of quick swap, but it should be interesting. 10,000 US dollars on quick swap gets you 763 million token today, but on Uniswap, yeah, you get 844, right? A lot more. So, or yeah, 836. So, the liquidity is still better on Uniswap for big purchase buys. Just keep that in mind. If you're trying to buy the bottom, you know, and you're trying to catch the bottom, there's no reason to be on Uniswap. You just go to QuickSwap and you do your limit orders up here in the left. And yeah, that's a no-brainer. So let's see what's some news on Twitter. Long-term holder Nupal. Looks like we're getting support again here at the same levels. And we got, you know, price rebounded from those levels. So, you know, I'm hoping after this, people stop harvesting their losses for taxes. We'll have a Santa Claus rally like stocks usually do in after Christmas and into January. We'll just wait and see. So this is the S&P 500. It's a little concerning because you know, it's all inflated by the government printing money and buying. You know, the Fed's buying stocks. They have a desk that's buying stocks. Seems like every 19th, 18th, or 20th, they're just, you know, having these rebounds. But, you know, we are below this legacy trend line of the white line. So, you know, I'm not too concerned about it because, you know, with the government's just printing money and inflating the stock market because they kind of have to. You know, too many 401ks are now reliant on it. I mean, we could have a bear market, I'm sure, but, you know, I kind of got shaken out back in August of 2019, but my plan was I'm ditching stocks. I'm going into crypto. So I wasn't like all out of the market. I just was going into a different market. If the market drops, whether it's, you know, if the stock market drops, you know, crypto is going to drop harder, most likely. But my 401k is still in fixed account earning 3% cash or 3%, 3%. So, you know, I'm not going to take a huge hit. I mean, I'll take a huge hit because if the market goes down and crypto goes down, yeah, I'll take a huge hit, but it's not going to shake me out. I'm not going to sell because I have a large fixed account, at least kind of as a safety net if the market and crypto drops. So this is the S&P 500 SPX on TradingView, and we've been in this, you know, here this big dump was the coronavirus in March 2020. And these are gaps that usually get filled. Just see how long, what a percent drop would be for the first gap, 30%. If we came back down to these low levels, that'd be a 50% drop, which could happen. You know, it happened with the .com bubble and the housing bubble. We had, I think, a 40 to 50% drop. But yeah, we were trading in this channel and now we're below the channel, but we're still kind of trending up, right? And we have even tested this red line, this red moving average line on the daily chart. I think that's the 200-day moving average. But, you know, if you zoom out and we get this on auto, I mean, it's still going straight up. Let me put this on like the weekly chart. Let's see now. It's so hard. Let me put it on the monthly chart. It's so hard to fit everything in. So let's see where we are. That's 68. Okay. I'm trying to get all my bearings straight here. So this was the .com bubble in 2000. This was the housing bubble 2007 to 2008 and 9. So you had these two peaks here, for basically 50% drops, and we've been going straight up since May of 2009. And this angle is still concerning to me. It's just like going parabolic, almost like crypto. It's going to come down eventually. You would think it would at least come down and touch this white line, right? If you're looking at the chart on the monthly here, that would be a drop of 18%. And it would probably wick down below, like we did here and here. So it could happen. I'm not going to be shaken out this time. I'm not even owning, I don't own stocks, but I'm very comfortable owning crypto. So Glassnode has posted, the illiquid supply of Bitcoin is just increasing at 100,000 illiquid per month. So, it's drying up. The Bitcoin is moving off exchanges. So eventually there's going to be a supply shock. And then, crypto markets will just continue to rise. So here I am on Twitter. Same thing, Tim_MM_hodler. And let's take a look at the top wallets for the Million Token. We have the Million Token pool, again, at 28, basically 29%. Relatively unchanged. TechLead has 99,000. Relatively unchanged since we last checked it. And I think things are looking good. People really, the whales aren't selling. They're earning, 20%, 20.28% APY on the Million pool, which is great. At these super low prices, I think you're just better off, buying them up if you've got some spare cash. I hardly have any spare cash, because I'm constantly DCAing and buying the dips. And then when I see a dip, I think I bought like 10 grand last time. It was like between $10 and $12. So I'm tapped out. That was that was a week ago or so. So I'm tapped out for this week, but I think for this year, basically. I think the $17,000 I'm going to sell from Bitcoin to show my sells and buys of Million Token at lower prices to bring my average cost down. When I'm all done with that, I'm going to still have $17,000 USDC. So I could buy another 1,000, almost 500 Million Token with that at these current prices, or I might just send it back over to an exchange and buy back Bitcoin. I don't really know what I'm going to do right now. But I think overall, my mindset is, if we come down and retest 42,000 or 30,000, we could still be in this, giant, trading range, right? If we come back down on this white line, that would be at, 34,000 or so. It's all good. Crypto is not going anywhere. It's got a purpose. And, people are talking a lot about the, what is it? Web3 now. That's a very big catchy term now. And I noticed Jack from Twitter has got blocked by A16Z. Jack's definitely Bitcoin maxi. Now, I know people are saying Bitcoin's not Web3 ready, which it isn't, right? In its native form. But, you can have wrapped Bitcoin on Ethereum, and it's relatively easy to use. And once you have it wrapped on Ethereum, it'll be Web3 ready, right? And then you could put that on Polygon or whatever, but it's going to be like an ERC20 token. Of course, people probably really just won't want wrapped Bitcoin. Like, let's say Bitcoin really takes off. The merchants want Bitcoin. Let's say, they'll give you a discount if you pay in Bitcoin rather than cash or credit card. They're not gonna want. I don't think they're gonna want the wrapped Bitcoin. They might if they were smart. It wouldn't matter to them. Whatever's the easiest in fees. If you can get wrapped Bitcoin on the Polygon chain, with your swipe at the grocery store or clothing department, they should probably do it. But, you know, things are so slow. They're going to be like, oh, we want Bitcoin, you know, maybe the Lightning Network, they'll use that or something. But I think if people want Bitcoin on Web3, I think there's probably going to be ways to do it. So my advice is, as first mover, million token, Web3, they need to start implementing stuff now. You know, if I want to let people borrow my million token for a fee and return my million token, and they would have to put up collateral to do that, because if their investments tank, you know, I still want, you know, I want my million token back plus fees. When that happens, I think things will be really good. And I still see million token as digital gold for Web3. And you know, this is a gamble in some way. You know, we want something better where, you know, Bitcoin has that 1.5 or 3% inflation, million token has 0% inflation. So that's still the main selling point, where I think we could push million token to new investors if they get that idea, and that we're already on multiple blockchains. And, you know, with Metaphora and the Web3 narrative, we could sell that to get more investors. And we'll just wait and see how that goes out. So yeah, so this is the time right now. Let's see now. You have until December 31st to harvest your tax losses. So you got a week and 1 day, 7 or 8 days. Don't wait till the last minute to do this. If you're going to be paying taxes on, you know, some investments you sold, and you're sitting on some investments that haven't been doing well, and you're at a loss, fucking sell them, you know, and write it off as against your gains and on paper. You know, that's the move to do. I mean, as you know, if you're young and you don't have a lot of money, you may not think of this stuff that much, but, you know, as you get older and your investments are now becoming like more money than you make in a year, you start thinking about these things. And even if, you know, you didn't sell any investments, but you have some losses, just sell them, because you could offset like $3,000 worth of income. And you never know what the tax laws are going to be in the future. So if you could sell some losses and write it off, do it now, because, you know, who knows what the tax laws are going to be next year or the year after. I think this 30-day wash rule on crypto, you know, that might be gone next year. And so you might have to wait 30 days to, you know, sell your crypto or rebuy it, you know, because of the wash rules, which I think is just so crazy. So crazy. Okay, I'm gonna look at chat real quick. Mello says big brain move. Yeah, Beans says, what's up, Tim? Happy holidays. Happy holidays to everybody. I actually have to work on the observed holiday tomorrow, which is in the United States, is Friday the 24th on Christmas Eve, because the main holiday is on a Saturday, which most people are off of work. So I am working all day tomorrow, and I'm on call. So that's one reason why I want to get this video out now. And I will probably do my tax write-offs, I'm thinking probably Saturday, just so if I have any problems, you know, I'm not going to wait the last minute to do it. And I could care less what the price of Bitcoin or million token is. You know, whatever it is, you know, I just trade and sell, you know, my crypto between wallets, show it as a buy and sell, and log it as such. The you know, I was thinking right now I could do multiple buys and sells, but if in the future we have that 30-day 30-day rule on crypto, if they take it away from us, you know, I won't be able to do these multiple trades. I'll have to do like buy 5,500 tokens at once, because, you know, yeah, I guess you could do only one trade every 30 days. So I'm definitely going to do it. It's just, yeah, I'm going to do it on Polygon because the fees are too much on Ethereum. Filthy Peasant Gaming says, hey, Tim, I can't watch right now, but I'll catch you up with your vid. Happy holidays. Thank you, man. And FOMO Lee says, happy holidays, Tim. Thank you, everybody. So I think it's been like another week, I think, right? 5 days since I did a video. Nothing's changed for me. I mean, million token and crypto has been a downtrend since I think the last 3 videos I've made. And, you know, I was able to buy the dips when I could. If we drop down to, you know, $7 for million token, if I still have that $17,000 in USDC, yeah, I'll probably will buy million token with it. And it'll probably cause a big bounce back up to $11, I'm guessing. I don't know. We'll see. The wick might just come down. It could be one person selling just a few tokens too. It doesn't have to, because I think right now people just are not selling. So the one person that does sell, you know, it should get picked up pretty quick. We had a wick all the way here on July 8th. It wicked down 30%. That's a 30% wick. So we could have that again. And that went down to, let's see now, went down to $8.28.7. 28.87. So maybe you might want to put your limit orders in at like, you know, $8.50 all the way down to $8.30, you know, just to get your orders filled. But that's what I got. Main thing is I still think crypto's in a downtrend until Bitcoin breaks 53,000. If you have to pay taxes on crypto or stock investments and you have losses, definitely sell those losses. And if it's in crypto, you could buy them right back. And, you know, if you don't want to move the price because you have a ton of million token, I'm just doing it between wallets. But I am showing that I am going to show that I'm doing a fair trade between USDC and million token at fair market price. And that's how I'm going to record it on my records for buys and sells. There's no need for me to, you know, have to go on an exchange, or, you know, to sell, you know, 5,000 or 6,000 tokens. That would just be crazy. And I think I have a pretty good reason, because I'd move the market too much, you know. I don't think the IRS is going to give me any trouble though. I mean, there's no freaking way they can even probably check my wallets. I mean, they could, but I mean, yeah, you know, when you're doing this decentralized, you know, Uniswap stuff and Polygon and QuickSwap and Serum and Avalanche and all those other blockchains, man, you know, the IRS is, you know, they're getting swamped already. They're going to have to go through some AI chain analysis eventually in the future, but yeah, I'm keeping all detailed records, and, you know, logging them at like a journal or a diary. So if I ever get audited, I have it in plain English of what I did and what I was thinking at the time. So if I get audited 7 years later, I don't have to think like, what the heck was I thinking? It's all right there and saved. So I could just pull it up from online or whatever. And I screenshot everything, every transaction I screenshot and save also. So definitely have good records for yeah, on everything, because you never know. Maybe, you know, something goes down. I remember one time I bought, must have been Bitcoin on Coinbase, and they had no record of it. But I actually had a screenshot record of me buying it. So, you know, even the major exchanges can mess up sometimes. Or let's say we have, I think it was years ago, crypto exchanges went down, you know, and then you don't have any access to your records. So, you know, make sure you keep good records. And if you have crypto on exchanges, you should probably pull it off, whether it's Binance or Coinbase. You know, try to have the majority of your crypto in your wallet, if at all possible. Okay, I think that is it, guys. I hope everybody has a happy holiday. And I'll talk to you later.